last left it off, the party had made their way back to Parthedelen. From there, they met with Loic again, who showed them, or who revealed to them that his network of spies had been very successful in the time that you have been gone. He's been able to plant some eyes and ears in most places, and as such, and he's continuously expanding out and gathering information as he goes. As such, he was able to reveal a world map to you where he currently knew where the prime players were in terms of armed forces, as well as the current known locations of your allies and current known locations of neutral third parties who could be influenced to join the war on one side or the other. A couple of other bits of information that you learned as well. When you got back, you learned that Zathas, the king's brother, had gone missing. That he left Parthedelen, and he left a message that if you wished to find him, you knew how to. And then you guys went about to planning strategy for a civil war in the next 2 days. So whilst you guys were doing that, Verity gets her stuff together, gets whatever items that she needs to do, and I believe she is going to go and visit Wade and Helen. Now, is there anybody who's going to go with her?
I would happily go if I'm not needed.
Were you doing the thing that Ellie suggested in chat?
Yeah, that sounded good to me.
Yeah, it sounded good to me too.
This is just before that though.
Okay, I just like
This is literally just Verity going to Brighton and back.
fair. I was just thinking, like, because if she's going there anyway, like, yeah.
Actually, it might be worth it if
That's fair.
we need to come back and actually have a conversation anyway. So if you want to do the conversation first and then we leave a day early.
Yeah, I'm cool with us doing that.
Right, we'll probably do that then. If we'll probably, have the conversations about what we're going to do, and if everyone is okay with doing what I put in there.
Because we're going in that direction anyway, aren't we? So yeah, I can wait to go with Otti.
Are you there, Mr. Jack?
Yeah, sorry, my Roll20 is going crazy. Hold on. Sorry, what that? It's... What the fuck? What the fuck? Sorry, it's keeps on swapping tabs, and I'm not doing anything to swap the tabs. That's fucking annoying.
To me, it looks normal, but it's got the loading arrow at the bottom. I don't know if that's just me.
I'm just gonna refresh it. Bear with me a moment.
Mm-hmm.
Probably gonna have one of those yay Roll20 sessions.
One of those pen and paper sessions.
Okay, that seems to have cleared up. Sorry guys, could you just repeat like the last thing you said?
So I put the plan in the chat whatever a few days ago about me and Verity going to do the free folk anyway. So if that's all right, maybe we would leave just a day earlier than everyone else. We'll just be there for the original conversation to discuss what's going on, and then I'll go with Verity to Brian.
Sure.
Whilst we're going that way anyway, it makes sense to two birds, one stone.
Alrighty then. So that's Otti, Verity, heading over to the free folk. Alright, so Loic will give you a brief rundown on the free folk. So they are effectively a collection of gnomes, halflings, firbolgs, and other such nature-loving races. They generally consider themselves to be nomads. However, they do have something of a settlement in the Azure Forest, which is south by several days of Fort Might. It's one of the more pure forests left in Windwood, as this particular forest didn't see much demonic activity during the War of Argoneth, and as such it has a great deal of purity about it. This is why it's now a hotbed for such folk. He has got teleportation circle for. It's not really a settlement, but more of a hub of culture for these people. They don't have a name for it. It goes by several nicknames. Freeland, the Consensus. They don't tend to stick names on these places because they consider it. They have an idea that if you put a name on something, then it generally leans in a direction of something. Whereas by giving it complete freedom, people name it what they want. It's a celebration of all cultures for these kinds of people. They want everything to be included, and they want to be part of everything. So there's a relatively unknown teleportation circle there that, thanks to Loic's half-elf operatives, he was able to get the hold of. They currently answer to a group of people led by a gentleman by the name of Scanfor. Scanfor is a name that is familiar to you guys. You have met him before. He was the individual who taught Bella how to be a bard.
Sounds like it'd be really helpful to have Bella with us.
Sorry, just me.
So,
No, it's alright. I was kidding.
That is OT.
So yeah, before I leave, I will also leave one set of the sending stones behind, and
Yep.
5,000 gold pieces to be split in case anyone needs any emergency money.
if you're not going down there and doing the blind stuff now, then before you leave, you need to send me an alley to Frontier.
Well, believe it or not, your companion, Arwis, she's actually she can send people to places with teleportation circles.
Yay!
So like she's doing as Verity asked, and she's been casting teleportation circle in the same spot as requested in Verity's own tower every day. I believe it's in her tower.
Sorry, didn't I cancel that because there would be no way to teleport within Perfect Island?
She's been doing it anyway.
It's good
Is that what
practice
it-
for her, it's fine.
Then I told her to stop, and we wouldn't have the funds to have done it for that long.
I
And then
think
you need
when
to do
we
it for
were,
a year.
I
If he
think
can
when we
call
were
himself-
doing it, it was just going to be like, we have enough to pay for chalk for like 3 months, and then we would have to like refund it and continue it.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
If he
I
can
think
get away
that-
with calling himself Grand Supreme Commander, he can pay for a little bloody chalk.
We also have like almost all the treasure from the ice caves brought here as well.
Yeah, no, that has that's gone towards building up Half-Orc, as well as buying actual ornaments,
Lowick Scepter.
blacksmiths, yeah, low acceptor. So they've effectively been arming themselves with actual provisions with that money.
Well, if there's another
So-
mage circle person, I will retract my comment and let them carry on.
So, Verity, you make your way outside of the dome with Otti. And with the symbols that were given to you by Loic, you begin casting Teleportation Circle. And once it activates, you both feel that suffocating sensation as you are taken out of existence and transported over a great deal of distance. And at the point of where you feel like it's all going to crush, you are released. And your entire surroundings has changed. You are now in the middle of what appears to be a large tent, but with like when I'm talking large, I'm talking like about 200 feet in radius. There are various layers of beds, tables, furniture. Really, it kind of makes it all look rather cluttered, but you can tell that each and every single space in this area is well lived in, well attended to. Effectively, it's a mansion, but it's for everyone, sort of thing. Your immediate arrival scares the crap out of a couple of people that are nearby, who immediately fall off of their stools, their teas splashing everywhere. Just go, oh my goodness! Looking over at them, looks like there are a couple of halflings, quite elderly-looking ones actually. They sort of just get themselves up. They grab their canes and go, oh, where did you come from?
We come from the beyond!
Oh dear, it's not my time yet. I've still got a good 80 years left in me.
I'm kidding. We're from the...
Hey,
Do we...
I know you. You're the girl that turns into a blue T-Rex.
Hey! Oh, they saw us on the TV!
Yeah.
Up
Oh.
then!
Scanfall said someone like you might be coming along here. He's
Wait,
actually...
did I cast the teleportation circle, or did
You did.
Roll wild magic. Okay.
Yes, he said he said he knew you or something, and he said to expect a visit.
Wait, who said this?
Scanfor is our de facto party man.
Oh. I said it. Yeah, unfortunately, Bella's a bit sick at the moment. She's getting better.
Oh,
But,
Is he around? Can we go and see him?
yes, this way. And he starts hobbling off, weeding in between all of these beds and tables and stuff like that. And like you can see multiple other people here as well. Most of them are just drinking, smoking, playing cards, just having fun really. Until eventually he escorts you over to a more heavily crowded section of this particular tent. It's a little bit more spacious. but it's still rampacked full of people. You can see that there are several bars where people are constantly pouring out drinks and ale and the likes. At one of these rather larger tables, you see a group of people whom you do recognise. They were the individuals who were part of the travelling troupe that you met on the road whilst going towards the Frost Gates. They're currently sitting down at a table, just eating a bowl full of these very, very spongy looking noodles. Whilst you can see the female with the guitar, Rennas, she's just strumming away, just going humming to herself. You can see the Theobald there with his large round button nose. He's just sort of nodding in like happiness towards her little strings. Like she's not even singing really; she's just humming, but he just seems to enjoy it, and he's just sort of clicking his fingers and just going. Edward and Scanfor and Jordala seem to be having an eating contest, and they are just porking their faces down as much as possible. And the old man, the old halfling, goes up to them towards Scanfor, the other halfling. He just goes, Scanfor, we have visitors. He stops and chokes on himself. Oh my! Oh, didn't expect to see you so soon. Oh, well, hi.
What's up?
How's it? You're blue. When did that happen?
Somewhere between now and saving the world.
Yeah. About that. I mean,
Scanthor,
yeah.
let me level with you, dude. No? Aim high? I said hi! I said sup! People judging me? I didn't come here for this.
You guys want some noodles?
Nah, Scanthor. I'm full. I'm full of adventure.
Oh, that sounds brilliant. Well, take a seat anyway. I think seeing as how you're here and seeing as how what we all know, I can only imagine what you come here to talk to me about. So, well, best get comfortable.
I'm embarrassed now.
Your daughter just goes, I'm embarrassed too, but I don't know why.
Scanthor,
Yeah?
as you've probably heard, we're starting a revolution against the king and his corrupt ways.
Yeah, that's quite a heavy thing.
But it is quite heavy. Could you imagine how much lighter it could be, being held up by the magical words of you and your merry troop of friends?
Wait, what? Wait, you want us to sing a song for you?
What I'm saying, Scanthor, is that we need the aid of the free folk.
You do?
What?
What kind of aid do you need?
Oh no, I can't stop thinking Live Aid. Ugh. That was out of character.
Edward just goes, come on, Scanfor. You know what they're here for. It's exactly the same thing that the other guy was here for.
Other guy?
Yeah, that guy over there. And he points over towards the bar, where you see another individual who you recognise.
Fucking Bunyan.
Oh wow, I was thinking earlier, like, wow, Rennas really missed out on this one with all the booze and everything they got going here, but now Bunyan's here? Ooh!
Either Bunyan dies tonight, or there's two young ladies that will be looking for a new place to live by midnight.
Yeah. He come over here, said he was in deep with the king, and he could buy us our own protected lands and stuff like that. And well, we thought it was pretty funny, so we just kept him around. Really, he's a good lad.
I mean, who wants protected land? You're free folk.
Yeah, but it's like we get attacked by orcs and the like quite occasionally, and we was like, well, it'll be nice to have our own
How would you feel
private reservation.
How would it feel though to be fighting on the side of orcs?
I mean,
Orcs
scary.
who fight for the same thing as you, for freedom to live as who
Rennas
they are.
goes, oh, come on, everybody knows orcs just attack people for fun. Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, that's
Do
not.
they?
I mean, not half-orcs, I'm talking like real proper orcs, you know, the ones that go around in marauding tribes and attack people. They do it to us all the time.
Oh, friends, you have been poorly misinformed. And it's ignorance like that that we choose to... We seek to... I forget the words. We seek to correct. Got the word for correct.
Okay,
We want
well,
to create an era of enlightenment, not shroud you all in the shadows that the king and Argonef wishes to pull over your eyes.
Gundalo just goes, enlightenment? What do you mean by that?
Enlighten. See the truth. Learn from each other. To
What?
To
learn from
correct.
the orcs?
To correct what that man over there has been telling you, and to actually give you some truth and honesty.
Well, I mean, he hasn't lied to us yet. He's been straight up and
Oh.
honest. He said,
I have someone that I could introduce you to that would tell you the sins of that man. How he tried to defeat us to a dragon, and
yeah, he
how
told
he
us
ran
about
away
that.
from the cowards.
He told
in
us
the
about
arena.
how he got into trouble in the capital, and then he told us how he joined some hobgoblins and how he got ousted from there, and how he nearly died trying to get away, and then he came here, and he was pretty beaten up actually. We took him in, we fed him, and then he said he was this really, really important fellow, which we thought was just hilarious.
That is
but we
hilarious.
we looked after him, and he just kind of chilled out a little bit. And he said he actually quite likes it around here, and he'd like to stay, and he'd like to help, you know, build us a little reservation place. He said he was going to talk to the king for us.
I'm going to use message. Tell Bunyan to turn around.
So it looks like he's just
Every
like,
now
enjoying
and
that.
then.
Just goes, huh? Turns around, just drops that out. King, king, king. Oh,
Hi,
fuck.
Bunyan. Rennas isn't here.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
But he will be unless you tell the people here the truth about the king and Argonef.
What?
He said, you need to tell these people here the truth about the king and Argonef.
I mean, well,
Or are you not as well in with the king as you said?
make an intimidation check.
And yes, Russ, I am feeling quite sassy tonight. Quite sarsaparilla. Intimidation. Oh my gosh, it's gone up. Ah, fuck that.
He just goes, oh.
We've roughed him up a few times. He might be tougher now.
Scan 4, yeah? You know how I said I was like the half-brother of the long-lost half-brother of the king? Yeah? I'm not actually... I'm not related I don't know the king. Well, of course you don't know the king. You're a half-elf. Well, no half-elves get inside the court. And that's just a known thing. Then, why did you listen to me? Because it was funny.
And because, Bunyan, these people might actually be decent folk.
Well, of course they're decent folk. Oh, thanks, guys. Well, what's your name again?
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Verity.
Verity, I know we've, like, had our differences, but I've never actually went out of my way to hurt you guys.
Insight check.
Go right ahead.
I don't believe him.
I mean, you just can't tell, really.
Okay.
Bunyan, I'm all for the bit of trying to kill you every time you turn up like you're some kind of Team Rocket villain.
What?
But I don't recite it, or I'll have to recite it with you. But, see, the thing is, Bunyan, you're more just a coward, a bit annoying, you have a weird name. Like, who names their kid after something on the bottom of your foot? I don't get it.
My father, Funyun.
Okay. Who names their child after a rhyme? Their own name. Like, to rhyme after their name.
I don't know, my father never talked about his father. Apparently he wasn't any fun.
Ooh, onion?
No Funyun.
It may have been an onion. I don't know. But anyway, we're getting off topic, Verity. Yeah,
That happens a lot.
I get scared. All right, I'm only a half elf. You know, I have feelings. I'm not a brave man, and I just get in over my head a little bit. I mean, when I first met you, I was told, literally, take tribute for money, and I was like, okay. And then it turns out there's a fucking dragon there. I was like, well, fuck, well, shit, I got a little bit over my head. And literally, the first opportunity I had to get out of there, I did. And I was like, let's go to the capital, you know, get lost in all the people there. And I get there, and I met this dwarf, and he likes my abilities. He said he'd come join me in the arena. I got a good fight coming out. I was like, okay, well, that's a way to earn money. So I do, and then you guys get there, and then you try your absolute hardest to kill me. And Rennas pisses the shit out of me. So I was like, well, this is fucking annoying, whatever. But then, like, you guys win, so I was like, well, let's do that alone out of there before they come out with me with their little murder boner. And I go, you know, and I head southwards, and I go into the forest, and I get captured by those goblins and those hobgoblins, and I was like, well, shit, I'm in way over my head now. So I just say, well, how about, you know, I just utilize my protections. I know, I was in with the king. I guess I was in with the knights. So I said, hey, you know, I'm here from the capital, and they believed me, and they put me in an advisory position. And then you guys came along. I was like, well, fuck, I better hide. And the next thing I know, you ousted me, and then fucking the next thing I know, Alzon's telling me that I need to duel for my honor. I was like, what honor? I'm a coward. And then fucking Korgrin, the dwarf fella, you know, he knocked me off of that goddamn seat, and I had to turn into a mole and bury away, and I run away, and then the next thing I know, a bunch of half-giants are trying to kill me, and the thing after that, then I run into a werewolf, and he almost bites me, and then I find myself here, and I'm tired, and I'm hurt, and these people take me in, and I was like, well, I don't want to get kicked out of here, so I've got to make myself important, but I'm not important, I'm just Bunyan.
First off, our murder boner is not little.
Look, I've done mistakes, but I've never gone out of my way to be malicious about it. I've just always tried to, you know, look out for me.
I think it was, you know, the whole letting us Either go after a tribute with the dragon, or leaving us without a tribute and having to face the wrath of the king, which is kind of what pissed us off in the initial encounter.
Yeah, but
So
I
your
mean-
cowardness did put us in jeopardy.
and
you
I'm
know,
sorry.
An apology for that. There you go.
I'm sorry that
Apologizing.
will happen to you. I really
Okay,
am.
no, that's not how you apologize. Okay, you don't apologize that it happened to me. You apologize to doing it to me.
I'm sorry I did those things to you.
That's better.
But I like it here, and I'd like to stay here. These people are actually decent. They're the first
And I would
people.
love to leave you here.
Well, these people actually give a shit about me. They didn't know me. They looked after me. That's
To
never
be
happened
honest,
before.
man, this seems like your kind of vibe. These people don't go out looking for fights. They're druids. They're hip with the forest.
Exactly.
So, I promise to not tell Rennas you're here. I promise to let you live out the rest of your wonderful life here amongst folk who understand you. But we need their help. And I need your help getting their help, if you think you have any standing with any of them.
Well, here's the thing. I saw that thing in my head about what you did to to those guys, and what you guys said. But I knew that they were doing things with dragons, but demons, man, I didn't know nothing about demons. And Argoneth, like, if I had known that McTive was in bed with somebody following Argoneth, there's no way in hell I
He
would.
ain't in bed with anybody.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is that if I had known Argoneth was actually on the scene, I wouldn't have helped any of them.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Better.
Don't detect any falseness from him. But if you guys are gonna fight, Argoneth, if the king is trying to bring him back, I was a teenager when it all happened. I still remember some of the battles, and I don't want that to happen
That's
again.
rough, man. I'm like pouring another drink for him, like drink for myself. I don't know. I assume there's just like bottles of liquor lying around.
Oh yeah, there's loads of liquor lying around.
Yeah, just pulling us.
There was no shortage left on that, these guys.
Otti like 2 fingers. Give myself. I was like, there we go. That's rough, man. That's
look. I know we've had a history, and I know one of your friends really, really wants to kill me. But I'd like to help. Can I join you?
It would be good to have someone to be in contact with as an ambassador for us among the free folk. And I'm thinking, like, the free folk, they're all druids here, aren't they?
They're mainly bards, actually.
Oh, mainly bards.
Yeah.
Oh. That would be good. Do you think you'd be able to convince people here to join the druids up north?
Well, I'm just speaking for myself. Scanfor. What do you think about joining these guys?
Join the revolution, Scanthor! Hey!
We're not really fighters. We got a few thousand people around here, but hell, if anybody knows how to wield a sword or pick up a shield.
Not every war needs a fighter. We need people to inspire, people to support.
Well, we certainly do have our magics. And Fairbolgs can fight. Isn't that right, Frederick? Yeah, we can fight.
Oh my gosh, Frederick, you are a pinnacle of bravery as I gaze upon you, man.
His ears go pink. Oh, thanks. That's really nice. Well, we got quite a few firbolgs round here, and we can hit things rather hard. We're actually the people that fight off the orcs and all that.
That sounds amazing. As I said, we will be fighting with some orcs who wish to be... orcs that wish to be better understood. We don't wish for senseless violence like Argonith is pushing.
Well, that's the thing about the free folk, right? We're accepting of everyone, except those who want to kill us, but if you're telling us there are some orcs out there who don't want to kill us, well, I suppose the only thing we can do is sing them a song.
Scanthil's a halfling, right?
Yes.
Absolutely, there are orcs out there who don't want to kill you, just like there are halflings out there who probably do want to kill you.
Well, I've never met one.
Oh, believe me. I could introduce you to one.
Oh, well.
We love them.
Well, Edward, Renna, Yondelic, Frederick, if we ever met a halfling that wants to kill us, I suggest we sing him a really good song to calm him down. Agreed. Okay.
I was thinking about the guy who was stalking me.
Well, I mean, we ain't got no love for demons, don't get me wrong. Oh, it scares the hell out of me. But, I mean, everyone around here's been talking, and, I mean, if it came down to it, we would want to help against...
And I mean,
No,
look at it this way, you have us on your side. You saw
Yeah, I
what we
mean-
could do.
Yeah, that was really cool. Wish I could do that.
I'm sure Bard's no polymorph.
He's just not that... They're not that skilled enough as a bard.
Not like they want instrument school. We'll learn to turn into a T-Rex.
Well...
It would be a pleasure to have you on our side. You and the
Well,
rest of the free folk.
We got some conditions, I guess.
Conditions! I love it! Let's hear 'em.
Alright, well, if you... Say we go help you in your war against the king. What Bunyan promised us, we're interested in that. Whoever becomes the next monarch, or whoever leads this country next, can you promise us to make sure that we'll have a preservation of land where we won't be attacked or raided by others and be protected by the forces of Windward?
I feel like I know the perfect place. Everautumn Forest? That's gone weird. Yes. I feel like I know exactly the area where you guys would be able to thrive. We've been there before. There are centaurs there that help protect and preserve the forest. It's kind of mystical in its own way, but I'm pretty sure if you guys respect it, then it shall respect you back.
You guys know about the centaurs?
Yeah, we've rescued a couple, fought with a couple. Don't owe anything to anyone, do you? Any centaurs? No.
No, I mean they're generally hidden folk.
Yes.
I mean, it's quite.
Well, I'm pretty sure, once the war is said and done, we can figure out somewhere protected, calm, and safe for y'all.
Well, that sounds really good to me. So I say the first condition we have is that you promise us that we'll have a reservation of our own that we can tend to. The second stipulation that we have is that you promise us protection from the marauders.
Marauders.
Yeah.
How'd you spell that?
Marauders.
Okay.
The orcs and the hobgoblins and the gnolls that attack us when we're out there in the wilderness. We and just traveling around. We'd like a force to protect ourselves from that, and I suppose if we're gonna join you, I guess we're gonna need a force to protect us from any of the king's men, I guess, because he ain't gonna be happy if we help you. Can you spare the forces to protect us? And in so doing, we'll give you some of the best supporters that your army will ever have.
I feel bad making a decision without everybody else's input.
I
They're
will.
not here.
I will. I think there is a place quite close to here that potentially could assist. There's a place not so far where there is actually a knight who might be able to assist. And I look over at Bunyan. I don't know how welcoming he would be to see you here, so just bear that in mind. But potentially there is.
Valenstar never met Bunyan.
But knowing do we not tell them about Bunyan? We tell everyone about Bunyan. I can't surprise.
No, when we first met Valentine, that we didn't trust him because he was like just a fucking knight that rocked up. So we gave him false names and everything at the start. Yeah, I don't think we'd have mentioned Bunyan to him.
Okay, I retract that. I'll be like, potentially there is someone, a knight close by who might be able to help.
Well, that sounds great. Well,
yeah, we can help you. If you're willing to help the town, then they're willing to help the protection as much as possible.
I want you both to make a persuasion roll, please.
Thanks, I'm gonna need it.
That's perception, not persuasion. Wow. You're a persuasive person, Otti.
I know. This is why I don't do the talking.
Wait, where did the D4 come from?
It's guidance.
Helpful.
Oh, did no one else hear Verity say that?
I did
No.
shout it. I thought I was
Sorry,
unmuted.
she may have been muted.
sorry.
I obviously sat in the same room, so heard it. But she did
Feel
definitely
free
say
to remove
guidance
the
to
one.
Otti immediately. Well, yes. I don't think it makes a lot of difference either way.
I didn't realise Verity knew guidance. It's the first I've seen it.
No, that ought to be fair.
It's not a very guiding person, maybe, but
I forget I have it.
Imagine taking guidance from Verity.
yes, lead me into all your bad decisions. No,
How do I become blue?
let's all
Summon
summon
Grease.
Greastros.
The group at the table looks at each other for a few minutes, actually. They sort of huddle together and they whisper a bit, occasionally looking over at Verity with, like, adoring smiles, and then occasionally looking over at Otti with sort of PU on their noses. And after a while, they sort of split, and they say, well, it'll take us a day or two, but I think I could swing it with the rest of the clans to join you. Sounds, I mean, to be fair, we don't really have much of a choice unless we all want to be demon food.
You won't regret it.
Well,
And trust
I'll
me,
say
this one's a lot more likable the longer you're with her. And I'm like, hanging on her shoulders, like giving like Otti a little pat on the cheek, like.
I mean, I'm sure she's a splendid person. It's just that she scowls a lot.
Oh, you don't say that about my Otti, and I pinch her cheeks.
I kind of just like let it happen, but like scowl afterwards.
It's just a big puppy.
Well, I mean, we
she
ain't
looks
got
after me.
we ain't got much, but I suppose we can give you. I mean, I don't know whole numbers. I'm giving you just rough estimates here, but I think we got about 500 halfling bards here. We've got about 500 gnome tinkerers. They'll be good for building like whatever you need building, like I don't know, catapults or whatever. We got about 300 Firbolg fighters. They're the ones that protect us and actually know how to use weapons. Now we've got about 1,000 of the Free Folk militia, and these are people who, I mean, they know how to protect themselves. I mean, who doesn't know how to protect themselves on the road? But you know, they're a selection of well, all of us really, of halflings, gnomes, and Firbolgs really that just ain't. They'll fight, they just ain't very good at it. But we can promise those to you if you promise us preservation after it's all over, as well as protection from the marauders.
Gunther,
I try to give them a smile.
Make another persuasion roll.
do not put yourselves down. We will do our best to meet your conditions, and we will be more than happy to have you fight with us.
Oh, that sounds great.
And I minor illusion like flowers around Otti to make it look less threatening, but I think I'd just make it worse.
I mean, she smiles, and like, oh, isn't that nice?
She's trying. Yeah.
Alright. Bunyan just goes at you and says, "You won't regret this. I mean, I know I'm scared, but there's one thing I like most in the world, and that's living. So, you know, I'll
Promise me one thing, Bunyan.
what?
You'll try to help these people stay alive as much as you try to help yourself. If you want them to be your home, you're going to have to put some risk into this.
All right. I'll do what I can. I mean, I know some magic. I wouldn't say I'm helpless. I just don't like the
I
fight.
know you're not helpless. It's like I said, like you're very much save your own hind first, but that's how you end up running all the time. I think you'll find that if you have these people's backs, they'll have yours.
I hope you're right.
And if you run, Bunyan, Rennas will find you.
He's getting
I mean-
really good at tracking lately, isn't he?
Really good.
I mean, can you guys keep it secret?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like, it's more you guys are scared of. That Rennas, he's just hot air and bluster, really. He couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag. I mean, I saw him in my head when that fight was on. He spent the entire time hiding underneath the tables. I mean, he's as much of a coward as I am.
I hadn't thought of it that way, Bunyan. But you know what? That might just be right.
I'm feeling a lot of heat from this side of the room right now.
We're just going to go to a hotel tonight if we have to.
I mean, you guys are right. I just always found that he was just a dog, really, that just barked a lot. I know he's your friend, but you know he's very loud.
He's passionate.
That's a thing. Sure, we'll call him passionate. Yeah, no, I was never really scared of him. I'm more annoyed by him. But you guys, I was terrified of you guys. You guys are scary.
Now I really do smile.
Well, Scanius goes, well then, if you got nowhere to be for the rest of the day, how's about we all get drunk? I'm not hearing any yays or nays, so I'm just going to go over this corner and drink myself into loneliness.
Sorry,
Stand forward.
unfortunately, we have other people to visit.
Oh, never mind. Next time. Well, don't you worry about that.
Hey, we'll
Well,
meet you guys for the after party, yeah?
I hope there is an after party. Ooh.
Don't say it like that. We'll meet you at the after party.
Okay. So, with that, the Free Folk consensus quickly spread the words that they will be joining the civil war on the side of the Guardians of the Forgotten. And that news will spread very quickly over the next couple of days. As the Free Folk go about preparing themselves, what would you guys do? You move on to Brian?
Yes, we'll go and move on to Brian.
Okay.
Yes, sit down.
I assume Verity will just do a teleportation circle.
Yes.
Alright.
Do you need a long rest between doing that if it's 6th level spell? Or
No, it's a 5th level.
oh, okay.
Plus
So-
sorcerer spell point conversion.
Yeah.
I can only
Yeah, no, I was
convert
just checking.
up to 5th levels.
So, as the Free Folk go about doing this, not wasting any time, Verity, roll a d100 for me.
Ruh-roh!
Please don't set Brian on fire.
I'm here!
Oh no.
Is it worse when it's a nat 1 than a 3, or not really?
No. 24, let me get where is it? Not that one. Wild Magic Surface.
Trust us, guys. We mean you no harm. By the way, Greastro, bye!
As soon as you finish casting the spell, Verity, you feel something heavy appear in one of your pockets as the spell wisps you away. And you appear in the middle of a shop. You're immediately overcome with the smell of molten metal. Smell of sweat and just a hint of lavender. You get your senses around you, and you find yourself in the back end of Wade's Wonderful Emporium, and you see a great spectacle of equipment. Multi-layered furnaces that don't breathe fire, but in fact breathe almost a rainbow-like mist, greenish-like flames, blue-like flames. You see weapons, items that are contained in glass kind of boxes that are currently bashing on the inside of it, almost as if these items are trying to break free. You see a number of apparatuses that have several runes engraved onto them, and on the wall you see hundreds upon hundreds of papers in various languages, all of them arcane in nature, instruction manuals for specific types of things. The equipment in here is beyond any of your two knowledges. You just have no idea what any of this even might fucking do. You just suspect it's probably some of the probably very good stuff. The first thing you hear, however, is, "Oh, it's you." It's followed
I
by
prestidigitation some glitter, and I'm like, we're here!
"Then And then if they come to visit me, oh my goodness, they come to visit me! Oh, it's so nice to see you again! And you see Wade just bound forth, and she just, like, grabs both of you, like, bare tackles, and just brings both your necks in for a big old hug. Oh, you got to tell me everything that's ever happened to you. I've heard so many stories, and when you took on those big nasty people over in that place, and I saw all kinds of stuff. I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Helen,
No
would you
problem.
like to say your line? No. Oh, come on, Helen. When is your customer service? Welcome to Wade's Wonderful Emporium. How may I help you?
Wow, Haren, that is stellar customer service. I would
put a
like to
little bit
say I
of
saw a hint
passion
of a
into it.
smile, but I know we would all know we was there. We all know I would be lying if I said that. Anyway, can I check what happened to my pocket?
It's a mallet.
A what?
A wooden mallet.
I don't have the list with me, so I don't know what this does.
I think you just have like a hammer in your pocket. You can sell it.
Verity, put your wood away.
No.
Got a mallet in your pocket, are you just pleased to see Wade?
Well, as much as I am
Oh,
pleased to see you two, I would say let's just get straight to business. Where's my money?
I have some money, as I said.
Oh, would you look at that, Helen? We're actually going to get paid. That's wonderful news, isn't it?
And I also have some interesting information for you, Haren.
Did you hear that, Helen? If she's got wonderful and interesting information for us, oh, heavens a bit, I'd love to hear it. How
Okay.
much money?
A second. So I slide over 5,000 gold. So here is a further development towards our debt towards you. As I said, I probably won't be able to pay it all back now, but I hope this is a good faith towards it.
5,000, I suppose, is an acceptable appetizer. Wait, what are you talking about? 5,000 is a gross amount. You can't be taking money off of these people. They're our most favourite customers. Wade, they are your favourite customers because you met them once and they indulged you.
Well, Haren, I feel like I could introduce you to someone who could be your new favorite customer.
I only have one type of favourite customer, Verity. One who actually pays for their items in full.
Well, are you familiar with the name Viseru?
The family of the Sorcerer from Tokyo. Old money, yes, I am aware of them.
Well, we've been into Tokyo, as you know, and, well, Lady Viseru there is very interested to meet you.
You see an eyebrow raise. Go on.
I would happily, facilitate this meeting. I would very much enjoy to have you guys in Tokyo, which isn't no Jais Jakai, but certainly a step up from Brine, don't you think?
Unfortunately, I cannot afford Tokyo's prices. Helen, what are you talking about? We could easily afford Tokyo's prices.
Lady Viseru is very eager to meet you. I'm pretty sure she could help with any financing in that department.
Fine.
See, as you're aware, we have created a bit of a stance against the capital, and she's on our side.
I'm aware that you are inciting a civil war on the very place we wish to open shop.
And, well, Haren, Lady Viseru is very much looking to help outfit our side with the appropriate wares for battle.
Appropriate wares? What do you mean?
Weapons, armor, things to protect.
And who will be making these?
Well, they're very familiar with your work. They saw it being used most effectively. Fortunately, the whole world got to see your weapons at work, Wade.
No. Verity, you need to tell me, who is going to be outsourcing your forces? Who is Lady Viseru paying for all of this?
What's this? Well, she very much wants you to do it.
There's a stunned silence from the both of them.
And as you said, Huron, she's not like us. She's old money.
This is an interesting proposal, one I did not expect from you.
Huron, when will you learn to expect the unexpected from me?
I
have this mallet in my pocket, which I did not wake up with. I can promise you that.
Oh, may I see that?
Sure.
You give it to him, he looks at it. Oh, that's a curious creation. And he hits you on the head with it, he swings back and just brings it down on your head as hard as humanly possible. And you flinch, and as soon as it touches your head, all you hear is a... Doesn't even hurt.
Just like a squeaky hammer?
No, it's like a full-size hammer, but the moment it touched your head, you felt nothing except,
I look at it.
I'm not too sure exactly what it is, but I suppose if you hit it with somebody, you'd be able to deal 1 point of boop damage.
It's a boop hammer!
Why did you do that?
I could enchant it for you if you wish. No, Wade, they're not welcome customers. We're discussing business, not orders right now. Lady Viseru wishes to utilize Wade's fantastic services, and she's willing to pay.
Yes.
I find myself intrigued at this proposal.
Very much so. And as I said, I would be very much happy to help facilitate this introduction and financing towards the war.
If you were to do this, I would be very generous, and I will give you tell you what, of your standing debt towards us, I'd be more than happy to knock off 100 gold pieces.
100 gold pieces.
Yeah.
Karen! As a master of money, I feel insulted.
If you're a master of money, then why don't you pay your debt?
I'm saying you're a master of money. I thought,
Yes.
you know.
I am a master of money, and guess what?
You
Being
would have a
master
little
of
bit
money
more.
means I need money. 100 gold pieces is a trifle amount, but it is something, every penny counts, of course. And then, we need to stop this. Stop what, Wade? Stop extortionating these people. I'm not, Wade. I am conducting business here. And then, look at me. For the first time, you see Wade's face actually, serious. And her angel goes, Wade, you know the deal. You make, and I do the selling. And then, there's a difference between being a good businessman and just being an absolute dick. And you are being an absolute dick right now, and these people have been absolutely splendid to us. Wade. No, Helen, you're going to listen to me, and you're going to listen to me very now. Regardless of whether or not Lady Viseru is going to pay us or not, the fact of the matter is, these people are risking their lives to protect us from demons and all kinds of awful, horrible people. Do you remember what it was like before they came along here, in Brine, when the knights came along and bullied absolutely everybody? Do you remember the people that went missing? Do you remember any of that? And now it's not happening anymore because they came here. Wade, no, because you have a very selective memory, Helen. You think only of money. You think only what benefits you. Do you ever think about my feelings in all of this? Wade, of course you know I consider your feelings. Really, because I feel this is a one-sided relationship at the moment. Wade.
Oh, shit.
No. You're going to listen to me, and you're going to listen till I finish, Helen. The situation is, this world is currently in a state of, well, catastrophe, travesty. Everyone's in trouble. And if we don't do our part to help out, then what kind of people are we? We'll be no good rotten sailors, that's what we'll be. And nobody wants to be a rotten sailor.
Not a sailor.
Verity, Otti, I give you my word as a craftsman that I will join this Lady Viseru, and I will outfit your entire army for whatever price Lady Viseru deems of us. Whether it be 5 copper or 500 gold, I will do it. Wade, no. Helen! I'm talking.
I'm sure Lady Viseru will be much more generous.
Would you ladies please?
Korgrin, damn it.
Would you ladies give us a moment, please?
Sure. Like I said,
Just come
Yeah.
here, and I grab her by the arm and just kind of drag her out the shop.
I hit you with the boom hammer!
So you go out. You go out to the front entrance where the main shop is. It's currently closed at the moment, but even though you left the room, you can hear Heren and Wade shouting, and they are very vocal, and you can easily listen in on them. Heren just goes, "Wade, this is our opportunity to actually make a name for ourselves. How long are we going to stay in this dingy old bride? What about the house you promised for me, huh? When are we ever going to get that? And then, this is beyond money, this is beyond our lives. We are going to save the world, and we're going to help these people to do it. Yeah, but what comes after, Wade? How long have we stuck in the mud? I want us to have an actual real life. Everything you promised me when we were young. We are still young, Heren. We have to do our dues. It's what everybody has to do. Wade, I'm sick and tired of waiting. I want us to live together. I don't want to do this shopping thing anymore. The only reason I am the way I am is because everybody tries to take advantage of you because you're so you. And what's wrong with that, Helen? I've always been true to myself, and that's why you love me, is it not? Well, of course it is. But I'm the only one who should be able to see that side of you. Everybody else just sees you and exploits you, and I don't like it when that happens. I know you don't like it when that happens, Helen, but it's who I am, and I want to help. And I love you, and I want you to help me in this. Alright, okay. You owe me back massages for a month. Done and done.
I knock on the door lightly.
Yes, you can come in now. We're done having our little tiff-tit.
Hi. Oh, yes,
So,
I'm sure Lady Viseru will make sure you guys are very comfortable in Mill Tokyo. And
Wonderful.
when the war's over, I'm pretty sure, the winning side, whoever helped towards that, will be treated justly afterwards, like any compensations would be given.
Well, I have one
accommodation?
stipulation for Lady Viseru, but we'll facilitate all of this. But I must require that all armaments built for your army be made in this shop here. So, Unfortunately, my best equipment is here. I can, if I limit my sleeping patterns and I focus real hard, I can make the equivalent of about 500 swords a day. Would that be sufficient?
Wade, you're a fucking machine.
Verity, you have no idea what I can do with these fingers.
And I'm sure Korgrin would love to know. But What would probably be best is if Haren, if you don't mind, you facilitate the conversation between you and Lady Viserio back in Mel Tokyo, limiting the amount of people who come using your circle. I know it's not the best.
From now on, we're close to orders. Helen, I need you to be our official spokesperson for the war effort. You can advertise as much as you wish. Well, then, by all the gods, I'm going to advertise this entire war, then.
Excellent.
And
as I said, we did a good promo, I feel.
I have one stipulation on you two ladies. Every single battlefield that you go to, I need you to put up a banner that says Wade's Wonderful Emporium somewhere. So that every single enemy that dies by the weapon that Wade makes knows exactly who killed it, so that if they survive the war, they know where to get the best weapons.
I would be more than happy to do that with some pizzazz.
Good. I suppose the only thing left to do is to shake on it. And he extends his hand.
I looked, Otti? You wanna shake it? Huh? I extend my hand.
And he
I'd
shakes
be more
it.
than happy.
Well, it's a simple shake, and then he immediately removes his hand. He takes out a little handkerchief and he sort of dabs his hand a little bit. Good. Well then.
Not that sweaty today.
You heard Wade. We're closed. Please leave.
Can Wade have one story for the road then? Just because I know how much you love our
I'll
story.
take his. Wade is about to become very busy. Hen, please, just one.
To inspire him.
Otti, make a persuasion roll.
Oh, for the love of
Guidance!
She shouted guidance just to let you know.
I wasn't muted that time.
16.
You've literally
Just
rolled 4, 8, 16. Doing well.
You have
And
5
I-
minutes. One story.
Tell him all about what happened in Mount Tokyo with not the naked assassins. Oh, we'll include the assassin story as well. I'll include all of it, what happened in Mount Tokyo.
By the end of it, Wade just goes, well, Helen, I believe I have developed a new fantasy. What's that? Naked assassins in the bathtub. Let's go.
Oh no.
What a god!
Oh my god, is that what he's been doing with our stories the whole time? Turning them into sex play?
Can we leave now?
Yes! And I guess, where are we going next?
Back to Parthenon, I believe.
Verity, we will need a doodle of naked assassins in the bathtub.
No.
I think we've got that one. The book's upstairs. Okay, I did some sorcery point conversion to Parthenon!
Okay. And with that, with Helen and Wade promising to fund or outfit your armies, Otti and Verity return to base. I'd say right around this time, so you guys are now, Otti and Verity have explained what's happened. So you know that you have the free folk consensus on your side, and that Wade and Helen are outfitting your armies. Now this is the point where I believe, Korgrin has just finished scrying on Princess Ariel.
Fair enough.
So,
Wasn't
what
that
do you guys
in
like to-
2 days' time?
No. So what I'm saying is that they went and did this whilst you guys were preparing your battle plan. So now it's back to where we left off. So
Okay.
This is now after the 2 days of planning have gone in. Otti and Verity have returned with good news about Wade and Iran and the Free Folk consensus.
Fair enough. Then, obviously, I'll relay to everyone what happened in the scry. Hopefully, Princess Ariel will be alright, and that there's no blowback there.
You cast Dispel Magic. Can you feel if any magic has been dispelled, or is it...
No.
Okay, then that is a question I'd ask the party, mind, out of any character.
I think either 2 or 3 of us have Dispel Magic, so it's a fair question.
Yeah, and just because I'd be concerned if you could tell if you dispelled a spell when you cast a spell magic.
Yeah, like who it was focused on, etc., etc. So yeah, that's fair. I don't think so, but they must be very antsy in the capital for them to be planning secret meetings that require dispel magics and the like, and suspicion every 5 minutes about this and that. Good, I suppose. We've got them on their toes.
Did you see more who was in the King's Inner Circle?
I did.
How many of them there are?
Good. Nearly a dozen, I think. I'll relay everyone that I saw, and I could probably name them off at the top of my head, but I couldn't 100%, so.
Yeah, I could name about 2, and those are the ones we fought, so.
The ones that...
Russ, you're very familiar with one of them.
Obviously, kind of try and give a bit of a breakdown on the people that Russ may not necessarily be familiar with. In full.
I'll fill you in on that particular gap, Fiona. So what I'll do is I'll take you back to that actual map. So I'll just give you a quick rundown on them. So King Turiel Windwood, self-explanatory. Princess Ariel Windwood is the younger sister of King Turiel. She was the youngest child of King Dumar, who was King Raziel's brother, and obviously King Raziel was the king who led Windwood against Arganeth. Edgar Talion is your former boss. Is also primarily kind of like the chief antagonist of the campaign. Everybody here fucking hates him for particular reasons. Knowledge. He's the Royal Arcanist. The Sunset Archfather is the supreme leader of the religious states in Windwood. The Oathsworns. Oathsworn Bellius, Oathsworn Diamond, Oathsworn Durinor, and Oathsworn George. The Oathsworn are the personal bodyguards of the king, extremely skilled warriors with weapons and armors to boot. They are broken in many senses and forms. They are the best fighters that Windwood has to offer, and because of their skills and abilities, that is why they protect the king. Mm-hmm. Oathsworn George was a former companion of Edgar Talion's and Rennas' father Nimbles and the character Bellatrix's mother Melody. He travelled with them. He's actually in the journals that you can actually read if you ever had the time, which I doubt you do. He was a paladin. He was a good man. He got betrayed by Edgar, driven to madness. He ended up killing himself because of that madness, and then Edgar rose him from the dead to become an undead monster who was then sworn in as an Oathsworn as a final insult to the former party of Melody and Rennas' father Nimbles. So there's a bit of history with Oathsworn George. The party has had direct dealings with Bellius. He's a bit of a cocky kind of man. Oathsworn Durinor is a dwarf, showing Korgrin a bit of modicum respect. Oathsworn Diamond is a full elf, which is a bit of a rarity. You don't really know much about her. Goliath the Mighty is a red dragon, an extremely dangerous individual who also fought on the side of Argoneth in the previous war.
So wait, how can it be a red dragon and a person?
Because some dragons have magical abilities that allow them to polymorph.
Okay.
Silver Dragon guy's exactly the same.
Reichstag.
Oh,
Royal-
yeah.
sorry. Hang on, I'm having issues.
Dragons can be people too.
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I love how just the position of the cat didn't change, despite the angle of the cat changing. It was just, here we're going to pivot at a 90-degree angle, and nothing changes.
I'm not entirely sure what happened, except my vision was suddenly very fluffy.
Royal Captain Effidel is the captain of the Royal Guard, who protect the king and patrol the corridors of the royal palace. The party met him very briefly as he explained the rules of meeting the king prior to the king betraying them, and it's the reason why they were not equipped for the situation they found themselves in. Don't know much beyond that. You know who Niccolo Fiolo is? He is the royal diplomat. You know who Rubor is? He is your brother. And Valentine Shearington is the Minister of Warfare. Now, in Jaroshukai, there are many ministers. Minister of Law, Minister of Culture. Valentine Shearington is the Minister of Warfare. So he is effectively he's the right-hand man of King Turio in the sense that he's not the supreme commander of the armies, but he is basically the chief advisor, planner, financier, basically anything to do with the armies. He is kind of like the elected official in charge. It's just that there are people above him, but ultimately he, unless told otherwise, he's in charge of the military.
Yeah.
And that is their inner circle.
Alright. Lots of terrifying people.
You could say so.
And then my little brother who looks like a hobbit. I don't know, he might be powerful, who knows.
I mean, you said it. He's your brother. But, aye, so that was the gaggle gathered. Suppose we'll have to deal with some of those sooner or later. Kind of already dealt with some of those at some point. We'll see. Down the road, I think.
Table that you would have expected there to be?
Pardon?
Is there anyone not at the table that you would have expected to be?
Not at the table that I would have. Good question.
Like, where's Miss Valenstar? She seemed to be glued to our dearest friend
That's a very fair question.
at the beginning.
True.
Although, did she not get in trouble for actually trying to kill me?
I'm not sure if we know that as characters.
Okay. I'm trying to remember where we heard that, but I'm sure there was consequences for her. But yeah, you're right. There's no reason we would know that as characters, so I'm assuming Jack's mentioned that out of character.
I mean, maybe they were in the shadows. They may be. They are ultimately still, captains of their own companies. They might be out in the field, where there's an Edgar
murdering
army.
some innocent kids.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the last we knew of Dublanc, he was going to see Goliath, and apparently that was clearly a success if Goliath's at the table. So he might be in that region still, might be in the frontier, or might be, more south. Hard to say.
Did Loic's information say that both Jace and Dublanc are in Vorod?
Their
Jack.
companies are in Vorod.
Okay. So as Ariel say, I guess we have reason to believe that they may be in Vorod then, if they weren't seen at the table. And their companies are there.
Seems reasonable.
Give a brief overview to Russ, just that Jace Valenstar fights with poison on her blades. She's killed.
Poison that really fucks you up.
Yeah.
But
It killed me. Quite literally killed me.
Aye.
Yeah, and then I was the opposite of resistant. vulnerable to poison for like a month afterwards.
Yeah.
It's a very long time.
Then Garrett Dublanc, I've seen him once. I think I'm probably the one who's got closest to him, and I'm not sure how much of him is human anymore. If any part of him is still human.
He sounds relatively non-intimidating. Like, he sounds like someone who'd compete on MasterChef or something by his name.
By the name, yeah. But I think he's like a 7-foot hulking, red, like crimson armoured creature with dark red eyes and what looks like, I think it was black skin or black veined skin.
He also viciously attacked the blind councilwoman in the middle of a tavern and then ran off into the street, and that was just, caught us well off guard.
Yeah, and he killed the mayor's wife in front of me, which is actually true.
well, my story's true compared to the rest of mine. It just might have been me in a hat of disguise.
Yeah. But yeah.
Just thinking. They said my uncle is in Vorod, and we know that he's not very wise. Maybe there's a chance that Korgrin, if you have the time and the spells, that you could potentially scry on him and hopefully catch them. Yeah, but he's tried this several times, but she has divination magic protecting her.
I succeeded once, but it didn't connect. Like, it went through in the same way that it was with my father. It connected, but nothing happened. It was blocked.
I'm just thinking they don't really care about my uncle in the same way.
Well, in the same way they don't care about my father, they're literally torturing him to death, probably. Kind of a sore topic, I guess. But we don't know if he was in Vorod, correct? Because the last time I scried on your uncle, he was in your home.
In your mansion.
Yeah.
Which is outside of Oakenheath Brine-ish area. So
True.
He may not necessarily be in Vorod. I can scry. Oh wait, no I can't. I've not been to Vorod. I'd need to be to Vorod to scry on Vorod. Fair enough. How about we scry on a certain little halfling instead?
I mean, if we have the time and energy.
I've not done anything today.
It's been 2 days, so I can reset my spells. Sorry.
So I would like to try and scry on the halfling that was here to begin with, and then disappeared coincidentally after we left.
Yeah. So you go to you cast scry, but the spell fails.
Is it because we're underneath the dome?
No, you can scry out of the dome. Just that nothing in the dome can be contacted. Scried on.
Oh, so he might still be here.
Maybe he doesn't look like a halfling anymore.
Gonna say he shouldn't be hard to find. I'm pretty certain, other than me.
I don't think there were
not any other
more.
halflings.
But maybe he's got magic and can make himself look like not a halfling.
Well, we know he's here, so whatever that's worth.
If it's disguised self-mind, he can't be much taller than a halfling, but I suppose he could be a gnome or a dwarf.
I don't think there are many of those here either, because it would, ultimately we took a lot of half-elves out of Jazjakai.
Are there any changelings in this world, Jack? Or is that something I wouldn't know?
There are changelings, yes, that's common knowledge.
Okay. I'll express that maybe it's a changeling. Or maybe we accidentally booked Rashasha and they've just been following us and pretended to be a whore in Maltokyo for a bit.
Easy money.
Who amongst us has pretty good perception?
Me?
Not me.
Korgrin. I'm just thinking, like, if we're we'll be going a bit after this, won't we? I was gonna say we could, like, not so much lay a trap, but like just have me wandering around and then have Korgrin somewhere keeping an eye on me and see if anyone's following me.
The next time you travel somewhere via your little magical circle thing, maybe it should be in a slightly more public place, and I could hide nearby, and I could see if anyone pays attention to you leaving from your public place.
What if we just put the word out saying, hey, we want a couple of people to join us on these little treks to something. Who volunteers? Verity will be going with this group. And then, if he's trying to keep tabs on me, hopefully he'll volunteer.
We actually tried
Interesting
looking
thought.
for him, out of
No.
curiosity. Yeah,
No.
I can ask my kids if they've seen a halfling, and where this
You
halfling
have
normally...
kids? When did this happen?
I have a load of kids now. I adopted like 1 million apparently when we made this place. But yeah, I'll just suggest that I'll ask the children if they've seen a halfling around other than me, and if they know places he frequents.
You know I think shit.
I have no idea what you just said, Jack.
I was like, yeah. I was just saying, fuck it, you know how I think. Like my first thoughts was like, have you seen a halfling? Yeah, you. But
Yeah.
any halfling except for me.
I know you. It's been almost 2 years now.
Yeah, the kids will certainly keep an eye out for this guy.
I mean, I've got a few chores I'd like to do before we go. So if we're going tomorrow, can I do those?
Are we saying that in character we've discussed where we're going?
Yes.
Okay. I may turn to Rich and say, unless there's anything you want to do, I think it's probably an idea if we go soon.
I am happy with that. I feel I've kept him waiting long enough, and I've got a lot of questions for him too.
We've got a lot of walking to do and all.
Me and Otti have done our thing, so we can split up between the two. I'm thinking if I go with you guys, I can...
Wasn't there a teleportation circle to the frontier / tippers?
Yes. So somewhere in the frontier. I don't know exactly where, but he did. Loic did say he'd found somewhere.
Yeah, so it's not necessarily a lot of walking.
I thought we were going up to the Rangers as well.
Yes, we will probably be doing
yeah.
the Rangers while we're up there, so yes, that will be trekking across the desert, I imagine.
Yeah. I thought you
Well,
meant
you can fly.
Loic has said that he can get you to the frontier, and he can get you to the Tippers base, but he can't get you to the Rangers. You'll have to make your own way there.
That's fine. We can go to the Tippers base and we can walk to the Rangers, or we can fly to the Rangers. We can be giant eagles.
Well, that's fair enough.
And then the giant eagles are further north.
But yeah, I'm more than happy to head to the frontier whenever everybody is ready.
So,
I'll let my
Heading to the
kids...
frontier.
Verity and Arri, you guys are going to the frontier.
Mm-hmm. Korgrin said he had a couple of chores that he wanted to do, so I guess any last minute stuff that, like I said, I want to see if I can find that halfling dude in that time.
Could you just go make a general investigation check for me, please?
Investigation, not my worst, but not my best.
You do not find him.
Don't worry, I've set the kids. They'll find him. There's enough of them, and if they find him, I've told them to tell any of the guys that are here. So hopefully they'll let Otti, Korgrin, Russ, or Loic know when they found him.
I minor allusion to the kids what he looks like, so they get the right halfling.
Right.
I've
say my
told
experience.
Loic as well that he's not to go into prison, and he's not to be tortured or anything like that. Nothing is to come to this halfling until we come back.
Alrighty then.
Thank you, Loic. You're doing a good job.
I'm
I
doing
think.
the best job.
Avoiding
Do
street
you have a
kids.
moment?
You're
Do
barely
you have a
doing
moment
a
to talk
job.
about Jake, hey. Whilst we're all here, can I just take a moment of time to speak about the Observer?
I'll
No.
walk out. Keep your MLMs to yourself.
No, but if I could actually introduce you to the incredible power of our Lord and Savior Moradin, you may have heard of him. Do you want to come with me for a second?
I have to say, Loic, as much as I fucking hate it, there was a giant fist came out of the sky recently. I mean, that was pretty impressive.
I mean, I can make a giant fist.
We did literally fight the Observer, mind, just to put that out there, so we know it exists too. But anyway, Shall we go to the
It's
frontier?
not about whether it exists. It's the observer is fucking Loic, and he can go fuck himself. Korgrin's god made a giant fist from the sky appear. I mean, there are levels here.
Hey,
Isn't that the point of an
he
MLM, though?
literally fought with us, guys.
Love you really, Loic.
I love me too. Anyways, Korgrin, what would you like to do?
I would like Loic to follow me for a second. that was in character, not unironically.
Oh, okay. Should I bring my scepter?
No, leave it, please, for all of our sakes.
Should I bring my crown?
Your what?
My crown.
No, absolutely not. And if anything, you should put it where you put it back where you got it. Just no. What you can do, sure. What you can do though is point me in the direction of your sister, and we'll go there.
Oh, yeah, okay. So he takes you into the communal bedroom where Olivia is there. She is currently reading a book at the moment. Obviously, she hasn't got any arms, so she has to use her toes to change the pages. And she looks pissed off, but she's contented. Loic walks in and just goes, "Olivia, my white rose, you got a visitor." She looks up. She doesn't say anything. Goes back to her book.
I think it'd be best to stay here, Loic. Just a minute of your time or so. Olivia, are you left or right-handed?
Seems like a rude question to ask.
I was left-handed.
Left-handed, you say? Then I would like to cast Regenerate on her left hand. On her left arm.
Alright.
This will only take a minute. It might feel a little bit weird, but don't be too shocked, okay?
Are you sure she had arms in the first place? Sorry.
She did.
Tentacles!
As you cast Regenerate on her, you can see that stump of hers that has long since healed over, like kind of erupting like a fleshy kind of mound that just slowly pulls outwards. Smooth skins begin formulating bones and like paler skin. Then the skin kind of goes a bit grey and ashen, and at that point you realise something's wrong. And the arm fully grows out, half decrepit, half rotten. She looks at it. She looks really concerned, and then as you finish casting the spell, the arm crumbles away to ash and falls off. What kind of sick joke was that?
That was not how it was supposed to go. I regrew another man's arm in Meltokyo, and that didn't happen. That was no joke. I'm terribly sorry, Olivia, and to you, Loic, as well. I think
I want you to make
magic.
I think you want to make either a medicine check or an arcana check, your choice.
I'll go with medicine. I don't really have much for arcana, but I will guidance myself preemptively. 18.
That was something akin to a very powerful curse.
It was the jailer's brother, correct, who chopped her arms off?
Yeah.
And he was he a cleric, or was it just the brother that was the cleric? The jailer was the cleric.
The brother was a cleric. They looked very similar to each other. You probably get the sense that they may have been close, and you know how fucked up each brother was.
Yeah. Okay, so I think when you had your arms removed, I think maybe a curse was placed upon you, so that if someone ever tried to grow your arms back, that would happen. I can remove the curse. It will just take me another day, possibly. If it's how I think I can remove it, at least it may require further study, of course, but it's a something to go off of.
Giving that 1,000-yard stare at the moment. Olivia? That's what that son of a bitch meant. He said when he took my arms that even though he's taking a piece of me, I'll always be broken no matter what. Human filth.
It's the first step. It's the first step to undoing what was done to you, and I'm sure we can try again now that we understand it a little bit better. Okay?
Okay.
Have faith in me. And with that, I'll kind of just apologize again, meekly leave the room after causing unknown psychological damage to this poor woman when I thought I was doing her a fucking favor. Jesus Christ. Well, that was pretty horrific. Actually, while I'm there, I do have Greater Restoration prepared today, and that says 1 curse. So I will try a 5th level Greater Restoration.
Go ahead, make a spellcasting check, please.
Okay.
You cast Greater Restoration on her. You get the sense that curse is not lifted.
So it may be a higher level than 5th. Okay.
Or it could have a higher DC, or it could just need a more powerful spell.
I mean, those are also true as well. Then I will just, Do I get the feeling it may have worked? If, was it along the right lines, basically? Or just don't know?
Make a general wisdom check, please.
Okay. Oh, where was that with the Greater Restoration? Damn it.
A curse like that is not normal. Usually a curse could be removed with a Greater Restoration or a remove curse. A curse such as that is usually tethered to something, either an item or a person.
Okay. So maybe he's kept something of hers and is kind of voodoo dolling it.
Or maybe he's attached himself to her armlessness.
Also true.
Well, he's fucking dead.
Alright.
Wow.
As
characters. Mm-hmm.
Necklace, though.
What? Sorry?
We have... It's Rorik, yeah. Rorik's gem. Rich has it now, I think.
Oh shit, I do indeed have a gem of Warwick's gem.
Yeah, it's a fireball gem, I believe.
Yes.
Like, it could be anything else, but like that's what we have of his.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, not understanding magic at all, if someone comes to me and says that, I hand the gem over immediately.
True, but then it may not necessarily be that item. But it's a fair point. If it was called literally Rorik's gem, just need a, actual reason to get it from you.
Well, if you came out and explained everything that just went on, I'd probably be like, well, he's dead, but I've got that thing.
From the dungeon. I took their crystal ball focus. I gave it to the giant. He did the fortune tanks because he broke his.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be that, would it?
What, would their focus be linked to a magical spell they've cast? I mean, even me knowing nothing about magic thinks that's a possibility.
I'll ask Steve at some point.
I can just imagine as like everyone else is having this conversation, Verity's eyes are just slowly getting wider as she stares into nowhere, just like yeah.
George's eyes are.
I was just thinking, wait, are they talking about stuff we took from the dungeon? Didn't I take this from the dungeon? Didn't I give that to the giant who gave us those weird fortunes? Where are those people now, I wonder?
Still in the Goblinoid Alliance in the North Tokyo Forest. I mean, if this conversation happens, I'll see if there's any kind of bad juju coming off of Rorik's gem, I guess, that may relate to the curse.
Roll a
Rorik's
juju
gem
check.
is-
Hold the scary fireball gem.
Rorik's gem is just bad juju.
Is this specific ashen arm making crumbly dust, skin, bone, and flesh?
With that
Juju.
natural 20, you don't think so.
Okay. Well, it's not that, so Rennas, the bad vibes I get from it are different bad vibes. Carry on.
Bad vibes are fine. We do with bad vibes my life.
I mean, sad, but fair. I mean,
Be careful with that gem. I fireballed myself with it.
I fireballed some monks with it.
true, you did. Worked like any other fireball. I'd also like to try and legend lore.
Okay.
Where is it? It's in my inventory. It is the secret hexagonal key, Shrike's Lair. I'd like to legend lore that, please.
Alright. Bear
Let's get rid
with
of-
me just a moment.
That is.
Let's go back to Shrike Slayer.
You're welcome. Keeping you on your toes. Clerics that can do whatever the fuck they want.
High level stuff, baby.
You can't do whatever you want. You've got morals and shit. I can do whatever I want.
But you don't have any magical prowess, so.
Got a fireball gem.
You have terrible
Oh, no.
rolls.
True. He can stealth, though. Sometimes. Sneak attack damage is shit, though.
Apparently stealth so well that no one thinks I'm actually doing anything. I just hide the whole fucking fight.
So,
Too good at stealthing.
let me just quickly read Legend Lore.
That's okay. Ping. It's in chat.
Alright. So, you burn 250 gold pieces of incense, which stinks out the entire mansion.
You're welcome.
And you place four ivory strips on the ground as you commence this casting. The four ivory strips point towards the item on which the spell is focused on. Key. And your mind is suddenly filled with knowledge of this key. It was built by the dwarves many centuries ago.
I need to write this down.
Okay.
Go.
It will be on record.
Notes.
Mm-hmm. Every dwarven settlement had a specific shape or type of key that unlocked or that locked their more treasured secrets within that settlement. The hexagonal key is the symbol of the now abandoned dwarven settlement of Baron Zala. It was given by its owner 'Twas a denizen of Drogon the Mordor, friends as they were. When Drogon the Mordor was abandoned and left for Windwood, the key was left behind. Eventually Baron Zala went the same way. However, that key was always to remain, one day to unlock its hidden secret in Baron Zala, a vault to its owner's most prized treasures.
So within each dwarven city, there is a key. That key unlocks that city's.
No, each dwarven city, when they smithied keys to protect their secrets, each key that originated from a city was built in a certain way. The hexagonal keys represented the keys that were built in Baron Zala. This particular key was gifted to a friend in Drogon the Mordor, and it was left behind when Drogon the Mordor was abandoned.
So this key, found in Drogon de Mordor, is for Baron Zala.
Yes.
A specific, very important, secretly locked vault.
Yes.
Okay. With its most prized treasures.
And as a DM, just to say to you as a player, it would most likely have, if you had gone to Baron Zala at this point and did the dungeon deck, you probably would know the door off by heart. It would be a very, very obvious door that you cannot unlock by any means except for a specific key.
Well, good to know that we have that key. Can I compare that key to the elven door or the dwarven door for the elves? Just to see if they're kind of smith the same or something like that.
They're made from the same material, definitely. Material that you'd know as a dwarf was found and forged in Baron Zala.
Okay. Then kind of, as I come out of that little trance of suddenly I've read a whole book's worth of information on, keys and shit, I'll just, Rennas will like this.
Something that opens locks, of course I will.
Apparently a very important key for a very important lock filled with nothing but happy treasures and secret possessions.
It's going to be a head.
Probably.
Have we died and I've gone to tip of heaven?
I hope not. It's a shite heaven otherwise.
But the best score of my life is on the horizon. That's the best heaven ever.
Just you watch. Behind this door, it'll be a scroll, and on the scroll, it'll literally say, friendship. Friendship's the treasure we made along the way.
The scroll will get thrown at you, Korgrin. As hard as my little elf arms can throw it.
Don't throw in that friendship.
Wow. But fair.
Well, that's, good to know at least. And, we've not been there. We don't have that kind of bite in our arse of, darn, we know the exact door. We'll just have to see when we go to Baron Zala, whenever that may be.
As soon as this war's dealt with, that won't be long, I'm sure.
3 years later.
3 years.
Korgrin, remember that key you found?
What key? I've got 17.
They're all in different shape. They all go to a different dwarven city. I can't remember which one's which.
Just on this one key ring. Just not this one. Not this one. Not this one.
Dwarven city crawl.
like a pub crawl, but the pub of all pubs.
Every dwarven city is just one big pub.
I mean.
Oh my god.
And I know I'm sorry I'm taking up a bit of time. I'd like to go see the person that I commissioned to make me a little banner, my little flag standard for my little metal thing. See if they've finished that now.
A Korgrin's turtle balloon.
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
Oh no.
I need to roll something.
Oh no. It's gonna be bad.
Oh no.
An 11's not good. Not bad either.
It's middle of the road.
It was a 1 to 10, this won't happen. 11 to 20, this will happen, sort of thing.
Those aren't good odds, Jack. That's a 50-50.
I know, because, well, there's a specific reason. So,
It's gonna be fucking cursed or something.
You head out into Parthadellum. The crowd makes way for you, many of them showing their respects, bowing, nodding towards you, drawing inspiration from the voice of Moradin. You make your way to the guy you'd commissioned to make a banner. And as he sees you coming, he looks up to you and he beams and he smiles and he says, "Ah! My new favourite customer! I got your order ready, a spick and span just as you wanted it."
Oh, tremendous. Fantastic. Thank you.
Here you are, and he pulls it out, and it is a sublime piece of artwork, actually. It is exactly what you wanted.
Well,
I put a little bit of embroidery in the side, just as a little signature, but I hope you don't mind for that one.
I look at the signature.
It is his signature. It's barely noticeable. You have to look real close to see it. So.
I was just worried that it might be, the signature of Dick Dixon or something like that. Like, no. Frank Dog, and I'm like, oh god, it's really bad signature.
My good friend Korgrin sucks.
Yeah, something shitty like that. Okay, this is incredible. Thank you so much. It's exactly what I wanted.
I'm glad you enjoy it. Would you like some help putting it on?
Oh, yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be great.
Of course. So he
Wait,
he goes to help you put it on. He straps it up to you. It's a good fit. Like, it fits your back perfectly, and just like as you sort of see it in all its glory, Korgrin, you're a beacon of dwarven strength and pride. The guy steps back and he sort of admires his work a little bit, and he goes, "Looks fantastic on you, sir."
I like to imagine I'm kind of like a dog trying to catch its own tail, but I'm just trying to look at the flag at this point, just kind of looking over my shoulder, left and right, swishing it back and forth. Right, fantastic. Truly, I couldn't have asked for better work.
Make a dexterity saving throw. That's a fail. All of a sudden, a fireball strikes behind you,
Oh no.
incinerating your back.
No! Sane, you bastard!
You take 39 points of fire damage as you're blown to your feet. You turn up and you turn around and you see head of Oka Sane standing there, looking at you. Goes, "Korgrin, fight me!" Your banner, all it remains is like tiny little ashes, that a bit of splinter on the wood. It's destroyed. Fight me!
Fucking Jesus Christ, you fucking arsehole Sane, you fucking shit bastard.
I've been waiting for you. I've been waiting. I saw it. You had a good fight without me, and I've been waiting for you to come out of your little base. I've been waiting. I've been watching from the trees, from the hills. I was literally just having a quick nibble on a sandwich, a little crispy sandwich, and then I saw you walk out, and I was like, I gotta get me some of that. Now fight me.
First, come here, Sane. Give me a hug.
Make a persuasion roll at disadvantage.
The disadvantage is warranted.
After you just called her a fucking cunt, yeah.
A 4. A 17 is pretty good.
I got something for you to hug as he goes to cast Fireball again.
I need that time. I'll definitely dexterity bring it if I fail.
Alright, so once again you guys blow
That's a
up.
fail, so I will dodge it.
Well, once again, you guys tangle and you tussle and you blow up a sizable portion of
I try and lead him away after the last encounter.
Unfortunately, Sane is a very volatile individual. Mainly people just run away. Several of the tents have burst into flame too. Like, don't worry, I'll fix that later if I remember. Come here! And by the end of the day, you guys are both fucking exhausted. It's a tie, basically. You guys are both powerful. He's learned not to get close to you. But yeah, no, you basically he's magically exhausted. You're religiously exhausted. You've both got burns, marks, and blunt marks all over your body, like bleeding profusely. And you sort of lean into each other's shoulders a bit, and he just goes, I'll get you next time, Korgrin. We'll call it a tie.
You fucking won't get me next time. You're paying for another bastard fucking flag.
What flag?
I kick him in the dick.
And with the insertion of the doing the kick, you sprain your leg a bit and you fall over next to him and you both lie there on the ground, staring up into the sky, both completely out of breath, absolutely exhausted.
Meanwhile, back in the mansion, we haven't seen Sane in a while. I wonder what he's doing.
Achy bridge.
Hopefully, Korgrin won't bump into him. I mean, can you imagine the time and energy and magic that they would waste fighting each other again if they had to? Korgrin would know better to just walk away, right?
I'd like to think, as Verity is saying this, she can kind of just feel this magical energy start sparking up around the town. Just innately feeling it in the weave.
We kind of just see this fire starting over the corner. Shit.
Verity says, and then just like an explosion behind her.
Do you hear that?
You would go away, right?
Fight me! You bastard!
We just kind of like shut the door. And just
Close
go to
the
bed.
windows. Draw the blinds. I'll revisit the flag maker man and just, re-ask him to make me a new one, as I'm just trying not to cry.
Third time lucky, maybe?
I mean, he's been crying as well. That was one of his best works that just got blown up.
We cry together. It's okay.
He will make it. It'll take him a few days, but he'll make it.
Thank you.
He won't charge. He grieves.
I could make you a spare.
Also, yeah, I'll see if I can get magically enchanted. Flag of protection.
Fireball resistant.
I don't know. Yeah, flame
Just
resistant.
Sane resistant.
In general.
What would have been really kind of sad is if he'd be burnt. Oh my god, I hear an echo from somewhere. That's fine. No, if he burnt like Korgrin's flag really awkwardly and just left like an insult to Moradin instead, just with a little short bit.
Like a limp flag tether little wavy bit.
No, like it just says Morn, and then there's Moradin with like a derpy face, like, I don't know. Something like that.
Graffitied, vandaled. Oh.
Yeah, just burned, unfortunately.
I think that hurts more. Like, it's done, but at what cost? That hurt, Jack. That really hurt.
You shouldn't have hurt Sane.
How did I hurt Sane? I cast whole person on him like 5 months ago.
Yeah, and well, if you didn't want him to obsess over you, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have taken away
Oh my god.
his
Is
ability to
Korgrin
get into a
Thane's
fight.
Bunyan? Is Korgrin Thane's Bunyan? Is that what's happening here? And we just have Rennas, who is our Thane.
I think there's less actual murder from the sane Korgrin thing. I think there's other desires going on there that possibly quite closeted, but definitely there.
He watched you ragdoll his former boss, so he's got to get him some of that.
True. One humiliating, walk home later. There was something else I wanted to do today, but I don't have the energy now. I'm tuckered.
What was the other thing you wanted to do?
I just wanted to set up a little shrine to Moradin so I could cast Word of Recall.
Word of Recall?
Oh yeah, you mentioned that last time, the kind of thing that can summon us back or whatever.
Yeah, like my own little teleportation circle, so if Verity doesn't have it...
Is that going to work with a magical dome with no magicness?
It'd have to be cast outside of the dome, which I was planning to do. Basically by the teleportation circle.
Yeah.
So you're not setting up a shrine, you're setting up like a cardboard diorama that you can carry around and put somewhere else.
To be fair, you can do that during the 2 days that you guys have.
Oh, thank God. Okay, that's cool. That's fine then. I'm happy with that. No, Rennas, it wasn't going to be cardboard. It was going to be stone. Just carrying this all the way back to the fucking teleportation circle. Why did I have to choose stone?
So, Korgrin finished off the task. He returns home. His beard is crispy. His hair is blackened. His clothes are burnt, and his often seemingly gold armor is just covered in soot. And he looks both.
And you will worry about
angry
me going off by myself.
Did you take up a career as a blacksmith, but forget how a forge works?
Nothing but sane. Nothing but sane. I just kind of, as I'm walking, I'm dragging my fucking warhammer, like it's just trailing behind me. My shield loosely hanging off my arm, and just
Sane on the main brain.
Hey, what's that offensive banner on your back?
I just go to bed.
It's basically just twigs and burnt cloth.
The singed little strands. The door shuts. You just hear sobbing.
Out of character, do you want me to do like the speak with deity thing to Steve to see if it is the crystal ball that's attached to the curse? Like, would we have had that actual conversation, or?
Yeah, like I say, I was happy to,
You
come
also
out
have to remember that Steve might not know that.
You might not know.
Yeah. So you might get an answer unclear.
It's always fucking answer unclear with that horse.
I mean, instead of choosing a god, you chose a unicorn.
Horse.
He is a horse. He's of the equine trait.
He's a horny horse.
Steve smites Verity.
He gets it.
Steve knows. But, I mean, yeah, like I say, that conversation did happen, because obviously Arri was commenting on it, so we all kind of discussed it, and I checked Rorik's gem for bad vibes, and while it generally gives off bad vibes, not the same kind of vibes that make your arms turn into dust. So you can, if you want to, you're welcome to, but it's up to you.
I can do it as a ritual, and like, I mean, I can ask yes and no. So I can ask like, is the curse tied to something that we've seen? And then I can ask if it's more directly the crystal ball. If he gives an answer unclear to the first one, I could just ask him how his day's going.
Answer unclear.
Answer yes. What if it was no?
Question unclear.
The day has frozen.
Oh.
I'm just trying to think of all the variations that come up on a magic 8-ball. Answer uncertain is obviously the main
later.
one. Yeah, try.
So yeah. So I might as well, like, it's not going to take up a spell slot because I have to do it as a ritual.
Yeah.
And no wild magic search, so commune with Steve. I'll be in my tower. It's gonna be like...
Korgrin, you can do that.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna be like, hey Steve, so Loic's sister has like some curse which stops her arms growing back, which is really sad. Are we aware, like, have we seen whatever it is that the curse could be attached to?
What's the spell you're casting again, sorry?
Commune. So I can ask him 3 questions. Generally yes or no questions.
I can link it in chat if you want.
No, I'm just reading it. You feel that warm presence in your mind, Verity, that holy, divine presence of Steve, the unicorn. And as you say that, an answer comes into your mind that says, sorry, could you repeat the question again? My apologies.
So we know that there is some curse that is stopping Loic's sister from regrowing her arms. The curse tied to something that we have, like, interacted with?
The answer he gives you is, there are many curses, all equally bad. You take that as a phrase of unclear.
Is your day going well?
Well, I stepped into fawn earlier, so it could be better. You take that as an answer of no.
Oh.
But one more question.
I'm actually trying to think of something that could actually be useful. I don't know. I try to use this commune to be good, but it gives me unclear. It's a good one. Is Aunt Bliss in Verod right now?
Her energy spoke out briefly for a time. You'd all feel it. Take that as an answer of yes.
Ooh. That's my 3 questions. Hope you feel better soon, Steve. I hope this conversation cheered you up. I will try to do something nice for you.
One more phrase comes into your mind. Bless you.
Aww.
Bless you, dude! We know that my aunt's definitely in for Rob now.
Alright, so sleep, you have your long rest.
Steady!
A new day comes. Arwis prepares her variation of the teleportation circle on the outside, whereas I believe Verity will prepare hers. Where are you guys heading off to?
Well, I guess we're both going different directions, like both split to the party. So it looks like it would be Russ, Korgrin, and Otti, and then Rennas, Arri, and Verity going to the other place.
To the frontier to see the tippers.
So I'm going to give the other sending stone to Arri.
Yep.
Anyone but either of these two sitting here, so I had to choose that to stay here.
Well,
Pop it in my pocket.
just so you,
be safe.
just so you know, on the morning that you guys go, Loic does catch up to you guys and let you know that Free Folk Consensus have already sent on side, and Scanfor has sent information that he believed would be useful for the coalition army. The current location of the Centaur clans.
Oh, nice.
Give him a Centaur passphrase.
So
you asked why I do know. Oh no, I'm not sure I do.
Rennas, Verity, and Arri are going to the Tippers HQ. Russ, Otti, and Korgrin. Where are you guys going again?
Home of the
Billy
door.
Durzan.
There's him. Okay.
Home sweet home.
Alright.
So there's two groups. There's two guardians now. Oof. Scary.
Alwys will accompany you. The one who doesn't have the fight that doesn't have Verity, just to make sure you guys can get back. This one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we can because I've got word of recall, but that's very generous.
Oh yeah, that's right. If that's the case, then she won't bother. She's lazy like that. So.
All right.
Understandable.
Yeah. Same.
We want her to be safe as well. You know, after everything's happened to her, we want her to be safe. So
she's actually like mellowed out a lot in the time that she's been away from her
God, is she turned into a stoner?
Well, she's...
Wait, did I say that out loud? Fuck!
She found your stash in the tower.
Verity struggled with the mic.
It has been reported that she's been spending a little bit of time with Gatan, who has introduced her to some mushrooms.
Oh no!
At least it's not the memory melons.
To be fair, if that's all Katana's introduced her to, I'm quite happy with that. That's that's the least stressful of things Katana could be introducing her to right now.
True.
the amount of shit that she's been through, if she wants to take some mushrooms, fine by me.
Okay. So, 2 locations to describe. Team Philidazan. As you disappear, find yourselves in a dark place, lit by sconces and fire torches, in a well-carved place. The buildings are old and ancient, overbearing and powerful, intimidating. You find yourselves underneath a mountain, overlooking a vast city, home to tens, maybe even 100,000 dwarves. In the center of the city, you can see the Stone Palace, a monolithic structure composing of very thick, high pillars and towers that reach up to the very roof of this hollowed out mountain. In many ways, it reminds you of the Royal Palace in Jarastukai. But whereas the Royal Palace was slender and elven-like, This one is gaunt, it's stocky, it's powerful, it's dwarvish. Korgrin, you take a deep breath. You smell the earth, the rock, the minerals, the smell of boulette shit. Your home. And as you stare out amongst the city, you can tell the south side is heavily damaged. That's where your home was. Rennas, Arri, and Verity. As the sensation of teleportation ends, you find yourself in a desert canyon, in the midst of a sandstorm. It's hard to see. Air and sand is blowing around everywhere. There are large, red-like rocks scattering out in every direction that, from what you can tell, shoot upwards about 100 to maybe 200 feet. You find yourself like quite literally in the middle of a canyon. So you look around. You see the grounds. You see the teleportation circle on the grounds. But you don't see anything around. You don't see any structures. You see nothing. And there's light. You're just trying to adjust your eyes. You hear the cockings of crossbows.
Stop silently cursing the Loic to, send us a teleportation circle in the middle of the desert. The crossbows actually put me at ease randomly.
Mm. Same. At that point, I'll get out my coin.
You hear... Well, they can't see the coin because of the sandstorm, unfortunately. But
why are they loading their crossbows then?
Because they see you. They just don't see the coin.
Okay.
You're small, Arri, but you are indeed bigger than a coin.
Are you sure I'm not borrower-sized?
I'll pop you in my bucket.
You hear... Tuesdays we're shopping for eggs. Thursdays we'll be getting the chicken. Make sure you bring it round to the warehouse. Now she's coming over on Thursday. I want it all to be clean. And get the hats. Complete gibberish. But, Rennas, you read between the lines, and you hear thieves' cant. Identify yourselves.
Well, on Thursday I'm Rennas, and on Friday this is Arri. And together we both deliver the hams to the chickens.
With Verity.
With Verity, the chicken.
Do you say that? Do you say that in common or in thieves' cant?
I say that was my attempt at trying to do thieves' cant and just saying, I am Rennas, this is Arri, this is Verity.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you're basically to Arri's and Verity's perspective. He's speaking. What the fuck are they talking about? You didn't take a level in Rogue, did you, Arri? So you can't understand thieves' cant.
No, but I think we agreed at the beginning. I have a very basic understanding of it from Gerald. I just can't speak it or read it.
You can recognize it if you see it.
Okay.
So as you say that, you hear, once again, gibberish, but for Rennas in your ears, you hear, "Ah, yes, we've been expecting you. Everyone lower your weapons. Mr. Tipper wants a word."
Yes, a conversation I have been looking forward to.
That's where we'll end tonight's session, guys.